we fucking, Chicago closes at 2. We found the fucking seediest goddamn strip club in the world. We were out till fucking 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Fucking insane. It was a really good night.
How many of the strippers had the Cesarean scar?
No, I swear to God, man, the Midwest is where it's at for strippers. Everybody's just so fucking friendly and nice. And I was shocked. Everybody was in shape, cute.
That's unexpected.
Yeah.
Dude,
one of the girls wanted to hang out tonight, but I had to go back to New York, man. I was like,
bro, dude, like it's not.
George Costanza, when he did the math, he's like, when am I going to get hit on by a Ecuadorian maid? I had, and he's like, I did the math. I'm like, this was a 21-year-old goth chick. I was like, I really should have stayed an extra day. But
you should have.
I have to do tomorrow. I have to do it.
Just so ashamed, man. Dude, I tell you what, so in Alabama, Cecil, and I hope you should, if you ever come and stay with me for a few days, we'll go.
I will.
Dude, strip clubs in Alabama are wild. If they have all their teeth, that's a bonus. That's like, it's actually
for that.
Yeah, dude, and they all have the scar, bro. You ain't getting away with that. They all got the scar.
Cecil, they serve you biscuits and gravy while you're watching the strippers. Dude, and sweet tea. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Can I have a 40-ounce sweet tea and biscuits and gravy? And I want somebody with no bullet holes, please.
Yeah.
No, dude, I was playing pool, right? I was at the strip club down the road, and I was playing some pool. I was drinking. And it's funny because the lady that's bringing our food over, she's walking up. She's an older lady, 50. She's like, "Here you go, sugar," and she's pouring your drink and stuff. And you're just in the middle of the strip club, and then there's a couple rows of seats in front of the pole, which is 40 yards down there. I'm playing pool, right? And they're just doing there's just strippers coming up, and it's so sad because there was one girl, Cecil, just one, that was smoking hot, right? There was the one girl, and I was like, "What is she doing here? Why are you here, girl?" And I'm assuming that if she opened her mouth, she'd be like, "Ha ha," so but she was stunning, all right. And it's so sad that you had all these old ass dudes. They had the hundreds and the 20s in their hand, and they're flopping it around. And then her song ends, and she picks up all her money. She walks off stage, and then another girl comes up and waddles on stage, jiggling and shit. And then all the dudes just scatter like roaches, and she's up there alone dancing. I'm like, oh, this is sad. You got to go throw her $1, man.
Yeah, I haven't been to a strip club in years, to be honest with you. And even though I used to practically live in them, but that was in the before times, before there was OnlyFans and all that stuff. So I always wondered, why are there any strippers anymore? And can any girl just set up a cam and do that shit from home?
Yeah.
And fucking. So I was wondering how strip clubs would fare. I haven't been to a strip club in years. Actually, no, that's not true. I went last year with Anna and Flash, and that was a real horror show though in Nashville.
Nashville.
They were really, really heavy set gals. This place was really. I'm telling you, man. It was deja vu in Chicago, and had a great lineup, and everybody was and they weren't hustling you. Everybody was just chilling, didn't have, weren't bothering you for dances, mostly just chilling, talking, having drinks, fucking, you get a dance every once in a while because you're like, I got to get this girl money, whatever. But
yeah,
they were not it's not like New York or Vegas. They're not hustling you. It's no hustle.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say to Cecil. Is I hate when you're you just sit down. Sit in your chair and you're jiving with the music, you're drinking a little, and then the girl comes and sits on your lap, and she's immediately like, it's $100 for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get away from me. Come.
No, it was very chill. We put together a motley crew, literally a dude that was smoking a cigarette that it was cold out. So I was like, let me get a cigarette. And I don't smoke. So just got into a conversation with him. He runs a big statue company. It was on the floor of the convention. He does X-Men statues.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. Nice guy. Then there's black dude dressed as Moon Knights. You guys going out somewhere? None of us know each other. We all get into a fucking Uber. And go to the strip club and just have a fucking legendary night. It's Pretty fun trip. But I wasted a lot of time. Like I should have been signing books when I was partying a lot of the time.
Dude, you ever notice like you'll take your friend? Okay, say you and all your friends or whatever. You're like, let's go to a strip club. We're kind of lit. We're gonna go to a strip club for fun. And you take your one friend that's like not been in a relationship or like hooked up with a girl in like 10 years.
Like he's let out of prison, just fucking.
Yeah, and they're like, just overweight and not confident and just not in, like, all they do is play WoW or something. And they go to the strip club with us begrudgingly, and those strippers, they like can smell him. They like,
oh yeah,
him like chum.
And then they're like, I think she likes me, and it's like, dude, she don't like.
Yeah.
But I kind of grew up in it. I grew up in strip clubs. My uncles ran strip clubs in Manhattan, so like I was there since I was like, I've dated strippers for years. I'm like, you want to not get laid from a stripper? Don't get a dance, because now you're a mark.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like once you start
a stripper mark. Oh man.
Yeah.
You want to get laid from a stripper? You date one stripper and you're in. It's like you're initiated into the club. Like you literally fuck the whole club just from word of mouth.
Just say no. Like I had a stripper jump on me once, and I was like, there was no one really there too, and I was like, no thanks. And then she walked away, and she kept coming back and offering me like a lower price, and I was like, no, I'm not interested at all. And then she's like, I think you're cute, so let's just go in the back and have sex. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then she touched my pee-pee.
They don't do that. Like, I don't know. You were telling me in Vegas, but like back in the day when like the money was good, the clubs, like at least in the bigger cities, they didn't let that shit go on because they were making too much legit money to let these girls make, in New York and stuff, like back in early 200s and stuff, 2000s.
Early 200s.
Back in the early 2000s, like, they were making so much fucking money, like they would not let the girls do anything like that because they were making legit, like, $100,000 a night at the bar, like for real, like Scores and those places were making like retarded money. Stockbrokers and fucking, like, they're not gonna get shut down because some girl wanted to give a hand job. Like they'd fucking fire your ass immediately. So it was like when you're like, oh, this girl would want to fuck you in the back. I mean, that's kind of foreign to me. Like,
Well,
like,
the issue was there was like 3 people there, including me, guys. There was no one in that bitch. It was crazy. Like
some of these clubs I'm talking about, they had like 50, 60 girls working at the time.
There was like 4 girls and like 3 dudes.
It was like one better looking than the next, like absolute tens. Like, they were making $15,000 to $2,000 a night easy. I was dating a lot of them, and they were just, I never paid for shit. Like they were fucking bankrolled.
Speaking of paying for shit, when's the last time you went to a strip club, Joe?
Probably sometime in like the mid 2000s.
Was it a fun experience for you?
No, it was kind of like Cecil was saying about Nashville. It was like a terrible off the highway joint called the Neon Cowboy in Tennessee, and it was a total shithole. But once we're down in Tampa, I just I assume with some of our Cecil, our mutual friends that'll be there, that will end up in some strip clubs. I've already warned my wife, like, honey, just be ready because you're probably going to get dragged to a strip club for the first time in like 15 years.
There's famous strip clubs. Tampa is famous for the strip clubs. Like they're really good. Like what is it called? Ybor City. Ybor City. They got there's fucking just top strip clubs. So we're gonna be fucking partying over there, but I don't really, like I said, I normally don't like sit there and get dances all night. I'm not like let out a fucking prison guy. Although the funny thing is, as we're walking into the fucking strip club, Flash is like, yo, I owe you $150 from Cincinnati. You bought me a book and I never paid you back. So he literally hands me $150 as we're walking into a strip club, and I'm like, dude, this might as well just burst into flames in my hand.
Yeah.
Right now. But